Joining me now is Dr. Sebastian Gorka, a former chief strategist for the Trump administration. Dr. Gorka, you were with President Trump today. Was he confident throughout the day? And when did he know he had secured the presidency again?
Well, I'd heard from my friends, Rita, that he wasn't in the best of moods earlier in the evening. And then he came down to the ballroom at Mar-a-Lago, maybe about 9:30, sat down with Dana White of UFC fame, Elon Musk. By that time, he was smiling. I chatted with him. He asked me how I thought it was going. I said, the trend lines are all in your favor. Not long after that, he got into his armored limousine in the convoy off to the convention center where thousands and thousands of patriots had been waiting for hours. And then when Fox News called the 277 Electoral College, the whole building shook. And about 20 minutes later, he came out with his entourage, with the beautiful Melania, as you showed, with JD, with Dana, with Eric Trump, with Lara Trump, and gave that beautiful victory speech. So now we're just waiting for Kamala, the great election denier, to admit defeat.
Well, this is extraordinary. We were just talking about, where is Kamala Harris? How does she not concede defeat? What is she hoping for? Is she hoping for some sort of a miracle?
Well, look, this is what the mainstream media have told us, that of course it's in the bag because she's a DEI hire, she's black and a woman. Of course, Americans will choose her. I guess the majority of Americans are Nazis who want a dictator as the commander-in-chief. So they have to come up with some kind of excuse. They have to say, either the nation is full of white supremacists, or they're going to have to say, nobody wants the Democrats to run the country after 4 years of destruction of our borders, of our economy, the total global nightmare that is war in the Middle East, war in Europe. So their speechwriters right now, let's just say this, are probably having a bit of a hard night.
Yes. Now, this was a most famous victory for President Trump. He faced a vicious lawfare campaign that targeted him, his allies, his family, his businesses. The question has to be asked, will he be seeking retribution for the way the Democrats and the bureaucracy have treated him?
I don't think retribution is the right word. What we need to have is justice. This man has faced down an assassin's bullet because of the violent rhetoric of the Democrats. He's facing 700 years in prison on trumped-up, spurious charges. The people who've weaponized the judicial system have to be stood in the dock in front of an impartial judge and a jury of their peers and pay the price for weaponizing, Lady Justice. And it's not about him. Remember, Rita, he said again and again and again, it's not about me, it's about you. I'm just in the way. Recently, I had a man on my show whose beautiful black wife has just been served a 35-month prison sentence because she stood outside an abortion clinic in New York. Her young daughter is now without a mother for the next 3 years. A 72-year-old grandmother was given a custodial sentence for praying inside Congress on January the 6th. We need justice for the J6s. We need justice for the pro-lifers. We need to have faith in the judicial system in America.
Well, you do have this two-tier justice system, and you can see why trust in those institutions has plummeted. This victory, we've talked about the lawfare against President Trump, and he had the bulk of the media against him, and just about every celebrity from Beyonce to Taylor Swift to Eminem and Bruce Springsteen. Do you think all those celebrity endorsements in the end hurt the Democrats more than help them?
Well, all I know is that I am putting out a GoFundMe account so that we can buy them all economy tickets to Somalia, because I think they told us the last time he won that they would leave the country. So, Beyonce, I'll buy your ticket, okay? You can choose Venezuela or Somalia. No, look, what they did was catastrophic. We have the elite talking to the elite about voting for the elite. Let me give you one metric. This is what I've been doing on my national radio show. Forget the mean tweets, forget the 20 million illegals. When we were in the White House, the average mortgage payment in America was $800. Under Harris Biden, it has mushroomed to $1,700. And then you think Beyonce's going to help you with your mortgage payments? This is how out of touch they are, and this is why they have to be trounced.
Yes, Starbucks.
Absolutely. Some of those celebrity endorsements, I think they did more harm than good. Now, Dr. Gorka, the pollsters got this so wrong again. I don't know how this keeps happening. We had some polling out 24 hours ago, the top 10 polls, and 8 of them predicted a Kamala Harris victory, and all of them were so close. And in the end, it's not going to be that close. How are the pollsters still not getting the Trump phenomenon? How are they still not measuring his support accurately?
Well, because they all live in a bubble like the Democrat politicians do. I mean, they always oversample, Rita, white respondents with college degrees. I'm sorry, not everybody in America is a white college graduate with a master's degree in, climate change. Not only that, the big Siena New York Times poll that had Kamala winning last week, you look at the footnotes, and it says, conducted with 800 respondents. There's 330 million people in this country. A high school poll should have more than 800 people in it. If I put a poll on my Twitter account, I will get 250,000 respondents in less than an hour. These people are amateurs, and they're always talking to themselves. That's why they thought Kamala was going to win.
Now, Donald Trump may be looking at a clean sweep here, the presidency, the Senate. He may also win the House and the popular vote. He will have a clear mandate to implement his policies. What do you see as the priorities? Is it the border? Is it inflation, crime? What is going to be the number one focus?
The border. We cannot survive with having open borders. We've let in Kamala, the borders has let in 20 million illegals in just the last 4 years. So day one, seal the border, which is the prerogative of the executive. The president can do that instantaneously as soon as he is sworn in on January the 20th. Secondly, and this will be happening now as president-elect, we were very busy with the president back in 2016 when he won the election. He will start his behind-the-scenes negotiations. He's going to be talking to Kiev, to Moscow, because he wants the bloodshed to end in Ukraine, and he's going to force Zelensky and Putin to start negotiating so the bloodshed stops.